What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Tattooing with Ben. I'm Ben Verhoek, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking to you about what tattoos I absolutely won't do. Never. Over my 15 plus years of tattooing, I've decided there's a few things that I just won't ever tattoo. Some of them for moral reasons, some of them for how they're going to look down the years reasons, and some of them for more obvious reasons. So, in this video, I'm going to go over all of them. Let's get right down to it. All right, tattoos that I absolutely won't do. First and foremost, racist shit. Any kind of hateful, racist, against one group or another, absolutely won't do it. There's no room for that in tattooing. There's no room for that actually anywhere. I'm firmly against that shit. Anyone who wants to get like swastikas and white power shit and fucking SS bolts and all that bullshit, you ain't getting it from me. Nobody at my shop either. And you probably, if you come in asking for it, probably gonna catch an ass whooping. We've kicked people out of our shop asking for that before. Luckily, they ran away without getting an ass whooping. So any kind of tattoo that promotes hateful shit, racism, not happening. Another thing I won't tattoo, gang-related shit. There's a few reasons I won't tattoo gang-related shit. One of them is I don't want to be affiliated with a gang, that I'm not affiliated with. And sometimes just by tattooing some people in the gang, other people might assume or be led to believe that I have some affiliation with that gang, and then whatever that gang does, it's attached to my name, it's attached to my business. I don't want no part of that. Another reason is because, let's say I'm tattooing this gang, Gang A. A bunch of their guys comes and gets tattooed by me. Their rivals, Gang B, start seeing that and start getting pretty upset that I'm the guy who tattoos the rival gang, or at least they know where the rival gang hangs out all the time, so if they got some beef, maybe they come shoot up my shop, or maybe they come after me because I'm doing stuff for the other gang or stuff like that. And most of the time anyway, those dudes don't really have the kind of money to get tattooed in a shop anyway. They usually get other people in their gang to do it, or when they get them while they're in prison or whatever the fuck. So it's not something I ever really have to deal with. If it ever came to be, not happening with me. Another thing I won't tattoo, I'll usually pass it on if it comes into the shop, is styles of tattoos that should be left to the specialists of that style. I'm talking about specifically large scale Polynesian tribal. There's tattooers who do that stuff specifically and dedicated their whole entire career to learning the proper exact ways to do that, and there's very strict rules on how to make that stuff right. And I'm not going to do it just to make an extra buck when I know someone close by that I could refer them to could do a phenomenal job and do it properly. So that kind of stuff, or biomechanical stuff, it's a little outside my wheelhouse. There's people again who specifically trained and studied their whole career just to be a biomech artist. Those are the ones who should be doing it instead of me attempting to do it and doing some stuff that look like shit. There's a couple different kinds of biomechs. There's the organic biomechanical stuff that looks kind of a little bit like this. You can't exactly say what it is. It's just organic matter that are intertwined between each other and shit, and that shit looks rad. And there's also traditional variations of that. I'd be down to do something like that because it's a little more within my wheelhouse. But the stuff the organic biomech, or the fucking cyborg shit where they get a whole body part that looks like biomechanical shit, that's out of my wheelhouse and should be left to the specialist. Some people come in asking for biomechanic shit. What they really mean is the skin rip, and there's gears and shit underneath the skin rips. And yeah, I could do that. I mean, that's just kind of a basic something pulled off the internet Google tattoo that I feel anyone who's halfway decent at tattoos can do that. As far as the legit biomech stuff, leave it to the specialist. There's certain body parts that I just refuse to tattoo, and one of those is the inside of the lip tattoo. I used to do that. I used to be fine with doing that, knowing that other people weren't down to do that. I eventually learned why the other people won't do inner lip tattoos, because I did it a bunch of times, and what I've come to find is there's no way to actually stencil on the inside of the lip, and there's no way to really freehand with pen beforehand. So you're literally just having them hold their lip, doing the tattoo with no stencil, no kind of pre-drawn anything on there, and then hoping that A, it turns out good, B, that they're holding their lips straight and even with both hands, and C, that they don't fucking move and drool all over the place, which they always do. What usually happens with that? It always ends up looking like shit. It never looks exactly how you want it. Those don't usually last very long. Some people it does. I've known some people who have had inner lip tattoos that have been on them for years, and some people who have gotten the inner lip tattoo and then a couple weeks later it was gone. So it varies from person to person, but one constant is it's a pain in the ass and they never turn out out great. So someone else who wants to do them, that's fine with me, but ain't gonna be me. Another one I'm just gonna say no to, tattooing the butthole. And I've seen a bunch of those on the internet. I don't wanna do that. I don't wear any contact lenses or glasses or anything, so that's just an instant risk for pink eye. If someone accidentally farts or like even worse, like shit's right in my eye and then bam, pink eye. I don't want that. Plus, probably gonna stink. You know, you don't wake up going to work mentally prepared to have someone's butthole winking at you in the face. And if anything were to happen, a fart or worse, that would be a trauma that's gonna be sitting with me for the rest of my life. If someone else wants to, good on them. It ain't gonna be me. As far as private parts go, I mean, I guess I'd take it on a case-to-case basis, but if I'm gonna be doing something like that, it needs to be booked out ahead of time so I could mentally prepare for that. There needs to be a handling fee or something, because no one gets up ready for work to go to like have someone's junk in their face for half the day. I mean, maybe a urologist or a gynecologist or something like that, but that ain't me, so that one maybe, but if the price is right. Another thing I won't tattoo is somebody's hands, neck, or face if they're not already heavily tattooed. I'm talking about like sleeves, even beyond like getting a job, having tattoos in places like the hands, neck, face, you're gonna face more things than like having trouble getting a job. Like, I mean, I guess I could have a whole ass video on that, but it helps me sleep better at night that someone doesn't fuck their entire life up getting a hand, neck, or face tattoo without knowing and experiencing being out in the world as a heavily tattooed person while still being able to cover it up, and then being able to make that informed decision on whether they want to make the leap over that line that they can't cross in getting a hands, neck, face tattoo. If they don't do that, they ain't getting it from me. And if they go somewhere else, that's fine with me. Helps me sleep at night knowing that I'm not the one that fucked their life up. Another thing that I won't tattoo, something that I know is gonna age like shit over the years or heal like shit, even if the client asks for it. Something really small, they want it really tiny to the point where like when the lines spread, it's gonna mush together, or like something in a spot that I know is gonna heal like shit. You know, my name's attached to that. So even if that's something that they want, they're willing to pay for, that doesn't mean I have to do it. My name's attached to that stuff, my reputation is attached to that stuff. You know, if it's something that I know is gonna look like dog shit, I'll just kindly, respectfully pass. Now, all these things that I won't tattoo doesn't mean the next guy also wouldn't tattoo those things or shouldn't tattoo those things. This is just my personal boundaries and stuff. Everyone has their own boundaries, and I'm sure they're a little bit different, and that's okay. Maybe not for like the racist shit. That should really have no place in tattooing at all. But for me, those are the boundaries that I lay down that help me sleep at night, knowing that I'm not a piece of shit. I'm trying to better myself as much as I can. I'm not trying to fuck nobody's life over as much as I can. I'm not trying to fuck the lives up of anyone in my shop or endanger anyone in my shop or my family or anything like that. You know, each day I get older, I want to be a better person, and some of these kind of make me feel like that's one way I could do it. If you're a tattooer watching this, what kind of stuff will you not tattoo? I'd like to know. What kind of stuff do you refuse to tattoo? Let me know in the comments. Oh, and by the way, I don't know if you've noticed, but down below you can see I got merch on here now. So you can check out some of my prints, some of my flash books, stuff like that. They're all pretty reasonably priced, but yeah, check them out. I hope you liked this video. You can share your thoughts in the comments below. If you did like this video, it would help me a lot. Hit the like button below and it'll get this video out to more people. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. We got plenty more of these videos coming out, so stay tuned. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.
Huh? 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 Huh?